We're a global company, and so we've operated in silos for many, many years. And so part of the reason for bringing on a social media tool was to start to break down some of those barriers.
My role right now is, of course, in our IT department. And our executives came to me and said, listen, we need some sort of social media system to really help with collaboration and communication throughout the company. And we looked at a couple of different products, and we tested out a couple of different products, and Tibbr was one of those products that really stood out to us.
We expected then to have good information sharing, but what we didn't realize was the impact that it would have and how quickly we would start to see that impact.
With Tibbr, we're allowed to actually talk about subject-related items, subjects that are important to us, and touch people and talk to people and discover people in our own company that we didn't even know were experts in the field.
We got started with Tibbr just 2 or 3 months ago, and it's just amazing what a difference it's making in how we communicate.
Tibbr is an environment where people can interact. They can ask questions. They can share additional information. This year, for the first time, the company brought together about 30 of its newest sales execs for a face-to-face meeting and an opportunity to collaborate, to share best practices. And so we didn't want the collaboration to end when the face-to-face meeting did. So we set up a private group on Tibbr for all of the people who were in that class. And people are still sharing their success stories and collaborating and sharing presentations, all kinds of materials. That's the kind of collaboration you want to have in a sales organization.
In the first week of rolling out Tibbr, one of the team members from Denmark posted a query saying, do we have any mobility application demonstrations already built? Within 3 days, she got an application from the United States, she got another one from Australia, she got another one from India, she got another one from the Netherlands. She and the team were able to go to the conference and demonstrate various applications on various mobility platforms without having to write one lick of code.
Communication is at its best when it's face-to-face. When you add the ability to link to somebody on video real time, I think that takes that interaction to a whole new level. You can ask more questions and really begin to get a feel for the perspective that the other individual has.
I don't have to fly halfway around the world and spend a week training one group of people, and then 6 months later I've got to go back again because now I've got a whole new group of people. If I can record that at the time that I'm constructing it, if I can record that as I'm just finished with it and really pleased with it, right, you're going to get more passion about whatever it is that you've constructed. Having that immediacy and being able to record that immediacy and the excitement that goes along with that immediacy.
When you can tie that image to the concept, the conversation, the topic, for most people, they get it a lot faster.
CIBER currently uses SharePoint as its document repository. One of the reasons that we chose Tibbr was to be able to have better access into that.
One of the things behaviorally for a user is that they don't want to have to go to 2 different systems to find things. And I may have a conversation here, but now I need to jump into another system just to load information or see if that information actually loaded the appropriate way.
I'm going to go ahead and attach this file in Tibbr and share it with whoever wants access to it, but at the same time I want that file preserved in SharePoint.
Now, with the embedding of those conversations within those particular areas, I can actually see an ongoing conversation based on the subject, or I could be in the middle of a piece of collateral that I'm looking at, and I can comment right directly without having to jump out into another system.
In evaluating the ROI of a product like this, there's the hard component where I can quantify it saved me this much time and I can turn that into this many dollars. But then there are those softer things that I don't know ahead of time are going to be of value to me. I may have a connection in one area, but that allows me then to go back to that same person and ask him about a whole other area. I now have established that connection. That's what builds character in a company. It's what builds culture, and you start to establish then the company's DNA.
That's what Tibbr, we're already seeing, even though we've only been using it for a few months, is helping us to get smarter faster.
It is almost as if Tibbr is becoming a place where you can share information via text, you can share information through video, and you can also share information by voice if you don't have access to a data network. That is pretty powerful.